In a bustling village near Lagos, surrounded by palm trees and the warm scent of roasted corn, lived Chief Adegbite Arowolo, a man of immense wealth and influence. Chief Adegbite, known simply as Boba Owo, father of wealth, had built his empire from humble beginnings. His vast holdings stretched from cocoa plantations to shipping businesses and real estate. But despite his riches, his family was always at the center of whispers and speculation. Boba Owo was a man of many secrets. One day, news spread like wildfire through the village. Boba Owo had died unexpectedly in his sleep. The household mourned him, and the villagers poured into the family compound to pay their respects. However, beneath the mourning veils lay eyes filled with curiosity. Everyone knew Boba Owo's death would reveal the true complexity of his life. After the burial rites, the family gathered for the reading of Boba Owo's will. His lawyer, Barrister Folaren, an aging man with spectacles perched on his nose, had been the family's legal advisor for decades. He held a sealed envelope and addressed the family. Chief Adegbite Arowolo's last will and testament contained surprising instructions. Please remain calm as I read it. The family leaned forward, ears sharp as knives. Boba Owo's two wives, Mama Folek and Mama Ronk, sat with their children, each hoping their name would be mentioned. But as the lawyer read, the air thickened. There was stated that the bulk of Boba Owo's fortune, including the mansion, plantations, and businesses, was to be inherited by his firstborn son. This left the room in stunned silence because no one had ever heard of a firstborn son. Boba Owo's two known sons, Odigon and Femi, exchanged confused glances. The lawyer paused, allowing the revelation to sink in before continuing. If this heir does not come forward within 3 months with proof of his identity, the estate will be distributed equally among all surviving family members. Rumors spread throughout the village and beyond. Who was this mysterious firstborn son? Boba Owo had never mentioned him to anyone, not even his wives. Some whispered that Boba Owo had fathered a child in his youth, long before he became wealthy. Others suspected foul play, a trick by the lawyer to mislead the family. Barrister Folaren began his investigation, tracing Boba Owo's past. As he delved into the tycoon's history, 3 men came forward, each claiming to be the mysterious heir. Keod arrived from Ibadan, a large man with a confident stride. He claimed to be the product of a youthful romance between Boba Owo and his late mother, a seamstress. Keod presented an old photograph of a young man resembling Boba Owo standing beside a woman holding a baby. He also carried a faded letter supposedly written by Boba Owo, promising to return for them once he had built his fortune. Keod's story seemed convincing at first, but when pressed for details about Boba Owo's habits and personality, his answers were vague. Moreover, the letter he carried lacked the tycoon's signature, raising doubts. Sola came from Akure, a soft-spoken man in his 30s. He claimed that Boba Owo had fathered him during a brief stay in his village many years ago. Sola brought a necklace as proof, a family heirloom he said Boba Owo had given to his mother. Unlike Keod, Sola's description of Boba Owo's mannerisms was accurate. He spoke of the tycoon's fondness for kola nuts and his habit of humming old Yoruba songs while deep in thought. But when Barrister Folaren asked about Sola's upbringing, he admitted he had never met Boba Owo in person. Everything he knew came from stories his late mother had told him. Without concrete evidence, Sola's claim remained uncertain. Jide was the most surprising of all. He came from Lagos, claiming to be the son of a secret affair Boba Owo had with a high society woman. Unlike the other 2 claimants, Jide was educated, well-dressed, and articulate. He presented a birth certificate with Boba Owo's name listed as his father and even claimed to have met the tycoon once at a private gathering. Jide's confidence and polished demeanor impressed the family, but his arrival also raised suspicions. If he had been aware of his connection to Boba Owo, why had he waited until now to come forward? Barrister Folarin hired a team of private investigators to verify the claimant's stories. The investigators visited each man's hometown, interviewed relatives, and examined the evidence they provided. As the weeks passed, the lawyer uncovered surprising details. Keogh's photograph turned out to be genuine, but the man in the image was not Boba Owo. It was a distant cousin who bore a striking resemblance to him. Keogh's claim crumbled under scrutiny. Sola's necklace was indeed linked to Boba Owo's family, but it had been stolen years ago during a burglary. Sola's mother had likely acquired it through other means, casting doubt on his story. Jide's birth certificate was authentic, but further investigation revealed that his mother had added Boba Owo's name without his consent. Jide's claim of meeting the tycoon was also found to be fabricated. As the 3 months drew to a close, Barrister Folarin received an anonymous tip. The informant directed him to a small village near Abeokuta, where he found an elderly woman named Heir. She claimed to have worked as a housemaid for Boba Owo during his early years. Heir revealed that Boba Owo had indeed fathered a child in his youth, a boy named Tond. The child had been born out of wedlock and raised by his mother, a modest farmer. Boba Owo had secretly supported them financially for years but had kept their existence hidden to avoid scandal. Tond, however, had died in a tragic accident as a teenager, long before Boba Owo's rise to prominence. The news shocked Barrister Folarin, who realized the firstborn son mentioned in the will was no longer alive. Barrister Folarin returned to the family with the truth. He explained that Boba Owo's decision to name his late son as the primary heir was likely driven by guilt and a desire to honor his memory. However, the clause in the will had also exposed the greed and deceit within the family and among the claimants. With no living firstborn son, the estate was distributed equally among the surviving family members, as stipulated in the will. But the experience left a lasting mark on everyone involved. The wives and children realized how little they truly knew about Boba Owo's life and how their focus on wealth had blinded them to the importance of unity and honesty. The claimants, each motivated by greed, learned that lies and manipulation only lead to disgrace. The missing heir teaches us that wealth and secrets can divide families and breed mistrust. Boba Owo's attempt to protect his past ultimately created chaos after his death. The story reminds us of the importance of transparency and the need to prioritize relationships over material possessions. In the end, it is not the riches we leave behind that define our legacy but the love, trust, and honesty we build during our lifetime.